Just into the newsroom in the last half hour, we learned President Joe Biden will not be visiting Colorado today. He was scheduled to stop in Pueblo to talk about investing in clean energy industries. Instead, the president is expected to hold a series of high-level meetings on Israel and the growing humanitarian concerns in Gaza. The White House says that he is considering a visit to the region in a powerful show of support for Israel after the October 7th attack by Hamas. More than 1,400 people died, including at least 30 Americans. It is 6:02 right now on your Monday morning, and Gaza says its hospitals are at a breaking point right now, and people are running out of food as the war with Israel enters its second week now. The UN World Food Program says it's helped more than 500,000 displaced people in Gaza, but it's running out of supplies as well. After Hamas attacked Israel last weekend, Israel shut down Gaza's power plant so that food stores also closed. Israel is telling more than 1 million Palestinians, almost half the population, to leave Gaza City and the surrounding area before ground attacks begin. This is video of foreign passport holders trying to cross into Egypt today. It's a process that people say is really confusing.
Some embassies called and told the people to leave, so people started leaving. But the Filipino embassy told us to stay a little bit. Hours later, they told us that we're not going to enter today. The Egyptians said that they wanted the crossing to be for humanitarian cause and not only for evacuating foreigners.
President Joe Biden told Israel that it would be making a big mistake if it occupies Gaza while launching a ground assault. Lawmakers in Colorado are showing their support for Israel in this war. Yesterday, a large crowd, including Governor Jared Polis and other lawmakers, gathered outside the state capitol for a rally. Attorney General Phil Weiser spoke. His grandparents were Holocaust survivors, and he talked about the toll of the attacks on the Jewish community. The rally ended with a prayer for healing.
In Washington, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says the Senate is planning to request aid for Israel and Ukraine this week. Schumer says during his visit to Israel over the weekend, he spoke with Israeli leaders about weapons and intelligence. So far, no details of the aid package have been made public. Schumer says he won't wait for the House to be ready before submitting the request.
The House of Representatives cannot do anything about what's happening overseas until they elect a new speaker. Republicans are hoping to hold a floor vote tomorrow. The Republican nominee, Jim Jordan, will have to get votes from the majority of the House, but as of now, Jordan is about 50 votes short. Democrats have their own nominee, Hakeem Jeffries. It's likely, though, that he does not have enough votes either. And it's not just funding for Ukraine and Israel the House has to work out. They'll also have to pass a spending bill pretty soon. The government runs out of money a month from tomorrow.
It's 6:05 right now, and new overnight, one person was shot in downtown Denver, blocks from the state capitol at Colfax in Pennsylvania. Police say that person was taken to the hospital, but they haven't released any other information. That brings the total number of people shot in Denver over the weekend to 10 in 3 different shootings. Now, as reporter alert Courtney Yoon is following this story, and Courtney, police are looking for several suspects right now.
Yeah, that's right, Corey. So far, no one has been arrested in these 3 shootings. It was a violent weekend with 3 shootings happening in Denver in just as many days. The first shooting happened on Saturday on Denver's northeast side along East 39th Avenue. Investigators say there was a late night party in one of these units. 6 adults were shot, 3 died. The next day, another shooting at the 16th Street Mall. It happened just before 2 p.m. on Sunday near the Denver Pavilions. 3 men were shot. All are expected to survive. Police say it may have started after a fight between a group of people. Both chaotic instances in broad daylight where people got seriously hurt. On Saturday, Denver police say 5 people transported themselves to the hospital.
From preliminary information, what we've determined is that there's a party that was occurring in one of the units here. This building is a series of industrial type storefronts where there's an office storefront area and then a storage kind of small warehouse area.
And police have released very limited information on the shooting overnight, and none of these 3 shootings have there been any arrests made. You can call Crime Stoppers. That number is there on your screen. If you do call with a tip, you can remain anonymous, and you might be eligible for a reward. Corey?
Violent weekend in Denver. All right, Courtney, thank you for the update.
Right now, investigators are looking into threats that shut down the Colorado School of Mines over the weekend. The Jeffco Sheriff's Office said that someone called dispatch claiming to be inside one of the buildings making threats. They didn't say which building they were in or what the threat was. Police sent out shelter-in-place alerts to students, and there was a big law enforcement presence on campus. It left some students pretty concerned about what was going on.
We had no real idea of what was going on. It was kind of just left to the imagination, but we just kind of hoped that everyone out there was okay.
Colorado School of Mines Police, Golden Police, the Jeffco Sheriff's Office, and SWAT team searched the campus but didn't find anything dangerous. The School of Mines Police took over the investigation and is now figuring out the next steps.
One teenage boy is dead. Another is in the hospital after a bad crash in northwest Colorado. It happened after 9 Saturday night on Rio Blanco County Road 8, just outside of Meeker. The Colorado State Patrol says the boy's car crashed and they were both thrown from the car. CSP hasn't said what caused the crash, but investigators don't think alcohol or drugs contributed. CDOT is concerned about the number of teenagers getting hurt on the roads. CDOT says more than 16,000 teens have been involved in crashes so far this year. That's about 57 every single day. CDOT says 61 teen drivers have died so far this year, which is 53% more than this time last year. Last year set a record for the number of young drivers involved in deadly crashes.
It is now 6:08, and the FDA is considering a ban on some hair straightening products. That includes chemical relaxers and pressing products that have been linked to health risks. The proposed rule would ban products that contain formaldehyde and other formaldehyde-releasing chemicals like methylene or glycol. Scientists have connected these chemicals to a higher risk of certain hormone-related cancers, including ovarian, breast, and uterine cancer. A proposed rule says that products containing these chemicals are also linked to short-term adverse health effects, including breathing problems.
New this morning, Rite Aid is filing for bankruptcy. The company says it lost too much money during legal battles over opioid settlements. Now Rite Aid plans to shut down some of its stores and sell off others. The company says it got $3.5 billion from lenders to help keep things running during the bankruptcy process. Other pharmacies like CVS and Walgreens are facing similar financial problems, also because of those opioid settlements. This is all happening right at the start of cold and flu season. We're already seeing a small uptick in some of those cases.
Yeah, and patients and doctors are seeing some roadblocks while trying to get their hands on vaccines. Doctors say that there is a problem with manufacturing and distribution. They say the retail pharmacies are being prioritized first for the vaccines over doctors' offices. And the problem is a lot of those retail pharmacies don't have the staff or the infrastructure. Our medical expert, Dr. Pyle Coley, says money also plays a pretty big part in this.
So there's 100% markup on these vaccines. It used to be with the public health emergency, everybody, regardless of age, citizenship status, regardless of whether or not they had insurance, could walk into any retail pharmacy and get a vaccine. Now, with the end of the public health emergency, medicine has become a business again.
Dr. Coley says that a lot of pharmacies are not giving vaccines if somebody is uninsured or underinsured. There is an option for those without insurance, though. The CDC's Bridge Access program partners with some pharmacies and health clinics still offer free COVID vaccines even now.
Another shortage in pharmacies right now, ADHD medication. Pharmacies around the country are seeing shortages of the generic brands, and many patients can't afford the name brand medications like Adderall and Vyvanse. One woman in Colorado Springs says she had to drive all the way to Denver to get her prescription.
So for the past 23 years, I have been taking an ADHD medication without any problems until 2 months ago when suddenly it just vanished.
The FDA says in 2022, companies only made about 70% of what they were allowed to because of delays in rising demand. Drug manufacturers can only make a certain amount of these drugs each year. Pharmacists are hoping something changes soon.
I think we're going to have to get an increase in production on some of these drugs. Our whole profession, that's what it's about. We want to get the right patient, the right drug.
The FDA says it's working with the DEA to lift limits on ingredients needed to increase production of these drugs. It's also supporting alternative treatment options like therapy and non-stimulant medications.
And one thing you want to know about the weather today, temperature going to be well above the normal high of 66 degrees. Look at these 70s all over the Front Range today, and tomorrow even warmer with sunny to partly sunny skies. We're going to get into the low to mid 80s.